Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LTA Finals between 100 Thieves and Team Liquid. Team Liquid came out of the gate swinging for game number 1. They got a couple of picks that they really liked having, and man, did they show 100 Thieves why they like them so much.
Surprise.
We are back with Bwipo for his takes on that game. Bwipo, talk to us about your thoughts.
So the first thing when you play best of 5 is when you do end up losing is like you want to make it as hard as possible for the enemy team to close out the game. I think that's something that you definitely want to prioritize. I think 100 Thieves managed to do that somewhat. It was a 29-minute game. You know, some could say this could have been a 20-minute, you know, maybe an email. The other bright side, they locked in Maokai K'Sante, 1-2. They locked in the Ziggs, they locked in the Ezreal. So the poke comp with Maokai is off the table for 100 Thieves. Sorry, for TL. And 100 Thieves, in my opinion, didn't pick anything that is like directly related to their success.
Yeah. So put on your 100 Thieves hat. You know, you're now Coach Golden Glue. What are you thinking about for game 2? Because obviously, you know, just based on the bans, it was clear that Ziggs was up. They intended to give that over. They thought they had a plan. It didn't work. Now, are you still concerned about some of these other control mages? We saw them ban off the way and the A Soul. Do you think that's still going to be a focus?
So I think they're setting themselves up for playing control mage versus control mage, and then I think from their end, like they wanted Ziggs to be off the table so they can play that and play on their field. I think the Hui looked really good from APA yesterday, so maybe you'll just ban that out and then you'll just agree to play whatever control mage is to A Soul or whatever APA has prepared. So I do think they're going to be leaning towards maybe a Victor Blind or something of that sort.
What's your take on Hui? Because some of the pros that I've talked to, you know, are really all in on Hui being just as good. Others are like, it's basically Orianna or Zyra if everything was a skill shot and it doesn't add anything more. So they're like, it's just, the risk is so high and the reward is no better than these other champions. Where do you lie?
For me on Hui, I lie on the fact that it's like he's a lot of skill expression individually, and he takes a lot of space by kind of walking up and abusing his his WQ, like the movement speed slide, like the water slide. And then as well as like mixing up his EQs. Being able to abuse those and like abuse the fact that like a champion like Poppy can E into you, right? Because you can fear him off of you. Like, it takes a lot of confidence and skill to like walk up to a Jax and just poke him and then trust yourself to get that fear off. I mean, if you pull that off, I think he's great. If you don't pull it off and you play him like a Xerath, you might as well pick Xerath.
So it's basically one of those champions that is like, you have to play at a really high level and then the rewards are really high.
Yeah, I think when you play like a mid-range mage rather than a long-range mage, you can be really scary because you get so much value out of every skill in his kit, and he has so many small little tweaks you can do when you do play him. So I think that's very important when you do pick him.
Okay, let's get into draft here for this second time. It is going to be 100 Thieves back on the blue side, so they're happy to stay in the same corner, as we do have Rumble, Talia, and Cassio banned out from them. Meanwhile, in the other camp, Team Liquid banning out the Yone, the Sylas, and the Vi. First pick of this one is the Kalista. I feel like this is a champion that we always see on ban lists, but Team Liquid was happy to let it through.
We got to see it yesterday as well. Actually, Sven played it, and we saw the answer that TL brought out against it was actually Corki and was it Corki Nautilus? I think it was Corki Nautilus, I believe. But obviously Corki's off the table. You know, what's your take? You know, as far as Kalista and the strength of her in the meta right now?
I think Kalista's just a really strong champion that facilitates AP junglers really well. So if you have a strategy of playing an AP jungler with Kalista, securing those first grubs, securing the second grubs, because she is the queen of those kind of skirmishes. There's no AD carry that can really match that. Plus, I think she has insane lane swap strength. She's one of those AD carries that does not need much help power diving any top laner. Even if you have a really strong top laner on the sideline like Asante, Kalista usually manages to take her out. Really interesting to see from 100 Thieves slamming the Ambessa. Like I mentioned, they didn't pick it into K'Sante last game. They wanted to keep it open because they wanted a game without K'Sante in it to enjoy Ambessa.
So they've got the Ambessa, they've got Renata next to Kalista, which is a long time Kalista partner. Support. Yeah, we do have the Zyra and the Sejuani both locked in for TL.
This is actually so spicy. I love this. You can go poke Varus and you can play even like double comment bot lane 100%. And really just utilize the range advantage over the Kalista. Kalista obviously incredibly powerful in all ins, but Renata requires getting pretty close to hit that handshake. It's not like you're playing with an Alistar that is that guaranteed go button. So I actually think this is a really intelligent answer, and it's potentially taking out another pick that UmTi wouldn't want to play in jungle for later on, right? So 100%. I think it's like kind of double whammy. It's kind of brilliant.
Hey, it is really brilliant. Also, Ambessa has a flex for 100 Thieves. They've shown to be able to play at mid lane, and there's something that they're willing to do. So now you've also not just removed it from next games, but also on this exact draft. Because maybe, River would have been looking for this on the 4-5.
Well, we do have some interesting stuff so far in this one. I'm really liking what we're seeing. Team Liquid also, you know that they're happy to get Sejuani for UmTi. Throughout UmTi's time in North America, he has been known as a Maokai and Sejuani merchant a lot of the times. His best performances on these tanks, on these meatballs. He got Maokai in the first one. He gets Sejuani here in the second. TL fans are happy to see him on these picks.
Well, and I just think it's so interesting because we were talking about this off camera, but last time these two teams played and 100 Thieves won, their strategy was actually taking away the comfort picks from UmTi. So game 1 was a Maokai, game 2 was a Sejuani, or vice versa. I can't actually remember, but River was the one playing those tanks and forcing UmTi on some of the junglers he's less comfortable with. So this time around, they're prioritizing other things and allowing UmTi to have comfort.
I think it's really interesting that they decided to go 4-5 with the mid jungle or with their top laner. They're batting out Jax from 100 Thieves side and Gangplank, which is what they used yesterday to counter the Ambessa, which I was super surprised with. Honestly, I think it's awesome that Gangplank saw play, but into Ambessa, I wouldn't have had the balls to play that. So props to him back there. That said, no Renekton ban means I think they're posturing for a lane swap here. If the Renekton comes through on 4 and the Ambessa is going to go top lane, which is something that is commonly agreed on, is playable, most teams still look to lane swap, and especially with Varus, Zyra being such a bully lane, you definitely don't want your Kalista and Renata to get stuck in that lane. So the lane swap situation is going to be really important for 100 Thieves this game.
So I've heard you talk about, Ambessa playing Grasp as kind of a way to, bridge the gap in the early game to get towards the late game. Is this one of those matchups that you would expect to see Grasp in against Renekton?
100%. Yeah. I think that once you get to the first item as Renekton and nothing crazy's happened in the early game, Ambessa should be able to take over. Now, obviously, we don't know if this is actually going to be Ambessa. No, it looks like it will be Ambessa top lane.
Nocturne, the knock wave.
That is a very interesting combination of champions. It makes sense. I mean, you do one-shot the Zyra and or the Varus. Now, obviously, whether you know the combo or not, I'm assuming they have it prepped. You do need to know how to do it.
I would hope so.
I would hope so, too.
That's true of most champions in League of Legends.
But this is really scary, because when the lights go out and one of your carries gets one-shot, you still have to worry about the Ambessa still lurking in the shadows. So I'm really excited for this comp, actually. It makes a ton of sense. Also, APA wants to be playing some control mage, some kind of character that kind of sits safe in the back. Option to the Neeko, but look at their bans. They banned Sylas, Akali, and Aurora. They really didn't want to have to pick a champion that had to get in there and fight.
It's so interesting because, while Zyra is always really susceptible to getting one shot by dive, by the same token, if Zyra gets plants out, gets the ult off before she dies, it doesn't really matter. She's kind of done her job. And when I look over at a Zyra, when I look over at a Neeko, the potential for counter engage is quite high. So I feel like if 100 Thieves aren't really on point with that initial blow, that's going to be tough.
I 100% agree with you. Also on their end, they're going to have to be super careful about the Sejuani ult and the Varus ult, because if they get engaged on first, counter punch is really lacking on Orianna Nocturne side if Orianna can't get the ball on him.
All right, one last thing before we let you go. Whippo, I want to know, who do you think has the edge in this second draft?
I personally think if 100 Thieves successfully gets a good lane swap off, I give them the odds, because I do think Kalista Renata into the Renekton is a very easy way to set up the game for both side laners. That said, if TL has something cooking in the early game and manages to match those lanes, I expect them to drive their winning lanes into a lot of objectives and a lot of wins.
All right, that's what we'll keep an eye on. Thank you again, my friend, once more for your insight into the game. We look forward to seeing you back here again later on. But for now, it's time to head back onto the Rift. The Orianna Nocturne combo, the massive, just intercontinental ballistic missile of you don't get to play the game for an immobile carry. It is a good name. I like that. The knock wave. Yeah.
I'm trying to start something here.
Hey, I respect it. Pot of Grubs didn't really catch on for me. People didn't like the pot.
I like Pack of Grubs more. I don't even know why.
I don't even know why I said pot the one time. I'm pretty sure it was actually just my brain misfiring, but then I ended up liking it. But we do also have the, like you're talking about the Zyra, even if she dies, right, as long as you vomit all your spells onto the ground, you're still effective.
Exactly.
But also Neeko is
the real carry is the plants.
So good against this limited range of Ambessa's gonna dive in, Nocturne's gonna dive in. Kalista's a short range AD carry that likes to get scrappy, and we know that APA is very familiar with Neeko. We know that he is not a Neeko tourist. He can find the angles on this champion to really hit those big ultis.
He lives there.
And so I'm curious if he'll be able to find those big clutch entries into the fights.
Yeah, I mean, it is really all about that. When you're playing Neeko, that's the name of the game, right? This champion without an ultimate kind of just sucks in a 5v5. Like, if you hit a multi-man route, sure, you can get some stuff done. But it is really so much about playing around your ultimate, because sometimes you can come into a fight and you force 3 flashes with your ult, and it feels really good, but but then you instantly lose the fight because you don't really contribute anything else.
Yeah.
So it's like, it has to be on point, but they do have some pretty good setup. And while their initial engage is really kind of just down to something like a Sejuani ult, unless there's a flank or whatever coming in, their follow-up is so strong.
It's nasty.
Chains of Corruption, the root from Zyra, the knock-up from Zyra, the point-and-click stuns from Renekton, the root from APA, the knock-up from APA. So like Bubba was talking about, if any of these squishy characters over on the other side do get tagged by one of those initial stuns, you're probably not moving again before the screen turns gray.
And I like what Bubba was talking about too with this lane swap for 100 Thieves, because I think you guys were exactly right talking about, okay, well, if you're going to play Kalista Renata, if you just want to be like the in-your-face angry bottom lane that's going to put the pressure on you, here's Zyra plant. Sorry, dude, don't play the game.
But yeah, exactly. And they're just outranging you, right? It's double comment, like I was mentioning in the draft. That's what I expected. It's going to be double comment, and you're just getting E'd by Yeon, and you're just getting plant poked over and over by Zyra, and you're not really being able to get in range. You're kind of just slowly getting whittled down. Maybe you can get the push and kind of control that way, but it's hard in that straight up 2v2. A little update about what the delay is on stage. If you saw the tweet, Yeon's glasses broke yesterday. They got them repaired. They just broke again.
Wait, what?
So they're trying to fix his glasses. Hopefully they can get them all good, because I don't think he can see very well without them.
Yeah, that would be a pretty major handicap to have your AD carry not being.
What a flex though! If you win the split, you're like, I couldn't even see, bro.
It's one thing to pick blind. It's another thing to play blind.
Yeah, I mean, his glasses aren't on, so I don't know if someone grabbed them from him. They're going to try to fix them. I don't know if he's got some backup contacts. I'm not sure, but that's what happened. Unfortunately, they re-broke. So. I mean, I'm not going to lie, that's tragic. I've never actually had my glasses break when I was traveling. I did one time, right when I was about to go to World, have my glasses break the day before I was traveling. I literally just took them off my face, and they just snapped in half. And I was like, what? What just happened? Like, it would just, hit the point of expiration date there. So I had to go all over the city looking for the ones that fit my lenses, because you can't get lenses fast enough, right? So you have to find the exact same frame. So they are here working hard.
Did you make it work?
This is some glasses surgery going on.
Did you make it work, or were you just YOLOing?
I was able. We went to a bunch of different stores. Was able to find the exact same pair of frames and pop my lenses in.
It looks like that's what we're doing here. Is we've got a bit of a lens transplant.
Some glasses surgery. We brought in some specialists.
Yeah, Godspeed specialists.
So it's a rocket surgeon. He's on staff for situations like this.
Yeah, we got to make sure that we're ready to go. We got the phone light. It's an emergency.
From Space Force
here on the sidelines.
Well, you don't know about the rocket surgeons from Space Force?
They're the best of the best.
They're the best of the best.
Absolutely
the elite.
The best people.
Yeah, the best people, the very best.
Absolutely ready to go.
That's why we have them on staff.
Yep. And now it looks like we've all right. We're removing something, or maybe we're no.
It almost looks like there's two glasses there. Maybe it's like a heart transplant.
No, that's what I mean. Like, it looks like they're lens transplanting maybe into a new pair.
But what if they don't have the right frames and they're not going to fit?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
What if the donor doesn't take like the?
Oh yeah, if it's like a kidney or something, and you've got the wrong lens.
And they only have two of them. It's a pretty good comparison,
Yeah.
You donated a kidney. Sucks if you lose your kidney. And the guy's like, sorry, bro, didn't take.
Sorry, dude, it just
Can I have the other one?
Didn't work. My bad.
Well, but I need one too.
This is a serious. I never even thought about this as a problem before, because I've never worn glasses myself.
Oh,
I've had a lot of people tell me that I should. Because
oh, that's true. Yeah, I've heard you before. We're like looking at the prompter, and Flower's like, this thing is way too small. What are they doing? And I'm like, that's normal text size, brother. I can read that just fine.
Yeah, I think at least, we've got multiple producers here at the LTA, LCS in the past. I think probably all but one of them at some point or another has told me to get glasses before, but never actually gone through with it. But I never really considered what happens when they do break in the middle of just one of these absolute climactic situations.
I don't know if I've seen it happen before. I wonder what his prescription is. Maybe we can donate him a pair, Maybe I cast blind. And he wears my glasses.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm willing to do that for the fans. I'll just say stuff.
Yeon, do you have the same eyeballs as a Zyra?
Yeah, do we have the same prescription?
I'll just tell you what's on the map, and then you just say that, that's important for the lanes.
You just say something, I'll go, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, that's all we got to do. We'll do the hell yeah, brother cast of a play-by-play and a guy who can't see. That'll be a ton of information.
Well, I can just be a second play-by-play, but I won't be able to see, so I won't really be able to contribute. But I'll be like your hype man,
Oh, you should do the Korean style of multi-play-by-play. I play. Do the sound effects.
I was figuring, I'd just like repeat what you say. So you're like, get someone with the Mystic Shot, be like, Mystic Shot!
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
You highlight the ability name. You make the sound effect when somebody dies. Do like a big like if somebody gets popped and you just can't believe it.
It'll be like your Echo. You call it the triple kill. Triple kill.
Oh, I thought you meant like Echo, like the character, like you were going to be shadowing me. Oh, but technically that is what you're doing. Yeah, you're like my 4-second shadow.
Why not both?
Yeah, I'll take that. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like everybody's kind of just chilling. CoreJJ deep in thought. I wonder what he's thinking about. Maybe his teammates' glasses.
Like, damn, I played that last game pretty well.
I mean, he did. Everybody on TL played that game pretty well.
I will say, all jokes aside, though, these kind of situations are obviously tough for both teams because you really do need to stay focused. It is such a mental game. And a best of 5, you can be here, a couple hours before, getting ready, talking about Pikmin, doing all these things. And then the series is going on for quite a long time, especially if you're getting all the way to Game 5. And you've got to be so locked in, so mentally ready, because if you do fumble in one of those big moments, that can be everything you've worked towards that entire split out the window like that. So a lot of the players, you can see some of them eyes closed. They're kind of doing a little bit of a meditation thing.
Right.
Others, chat and joke around. They just do whatever works for them. Everyone has their own kind of little rituals and ideas of how they can best stay focused.
I mean, I remember even just talking to different players when I first joined, like the pro scene in LCS back in 2017, and just seeing how different players handled like going into a big match. Some guys would like be listening to pump up music, they'd be getting real hype, like walking around talking to their teammates. Other guys would go sit in a conference room by themselves, like total silence, pure meditation, just to try to like find that zen zone.
Exactly, it's whatever works for you. I was always, when I would go to tournaments, I was a music guy. I'd listen to music as long as they would let me until they forced me to turn it off, because that is what kind of kept me comfortable. Have an update. We asked for what Yeon's prescription is. He doesn't know. So
Wait, what do you mean he doesn't know?
So the donation angle may be difficult. It might be like a kind of like one of those try-on angles, like everyone here in the crowd who has glasses go up, and we see like if the slipper fits kind of deal,
We're gonna Cinderella this.
We're gonna Cinderella it.
But it's gonna
be glasses,
and we need to find his Prince Charming with glasses.
Yeah, maybe like how cool would it be if he's just got like a pair of like Stunna shades, some crazy glasses that are the ones that work.
Okay, so I always kind of thought that glasses were sort of like shoes for the other side of your body, where it's like, I don't know anybody that doesn't know.
I feel like a hat is more like a shoe for your head.
Well, no, but not everybody. Like, there's nobody who needs a hat to like function in day-to-day life.
Say that as someone who lives in like Siberia, brother. You'll be freezing to death.
Okay, sorry to offend the SCS, the Siberian Championship Series in the middle
sorry
of
to everyone. Flowers just offended in Alaska.
Yeah. Sorry to the fucking people watching outside there in Siberia.
Well, fine.
That's my bad. That's my bad. Beep 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 beep. But we have the how do you not know the glasses prescription? It's like your shoe size. Everybody I know knows what size of shoe they wear, right? What size of shoe do you wear?
11 and a half, I think.
Okay, I wear an 11. So we have very similar shoes.
Yeah,
I feel like if one of our shoes broke, we could give the other guy our shoes.
We probably could. But to be fair, sometimes, clothes, you have like a medium jacket, you're like, wow, that fits me pretty well. And then you have a large jacket, you're like, this jacket's too small.
Yeah, that is fair. But I feel like clothes are made more differently. Like sometimes
they are. I'm just kind of giving you trouble, to be honest.
Yeah, but I mean, like shoes, I feel like glasses probably got to be pretty standard.
What
right?
if brand to brand, every prescription is different? You can't prove me wrong because you don't wear glasses.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Honestly, they're
the same.
This is proving you wrong in this completely worthless analogy is the most compelling argument that I've had yet to actually try and get glasses. Just so I can come back and say...
you don't actually wear them? You're like, I wouldn't got glasses.
Yeah, I was like, I went and got them just so I could...
I respect that. That's the kind of level of petty that I really aspire to be.
Okay, so let's see. I'm looking in Twitch chat right now. I'm seeing a lot of people actually say that they don't know their prescriptions for their glasses. Apparently, this is a more common thing.
Well, if you've had the same prescription for a long time, you kind of just, it's around there.
Do your eyes, like, evolve? Or I figure
your eyes get worse, brother.
Wait, really? I thought once you got glasses, it was kind of just like, hey, that's your glasses.
Nope.
Really?
Most people's eyes keep getting worse. And like if you want to get LASIK or something, your eyes actually have to, prescription has to stay stable for years before it's really even worth getting.
Isn't LASIK where they like shoot you with a laser beam in the eye or something?
Exactly that, yep. You can do it at home. Just buy a laser. No, just kidding. Don't sue me. Don't sue me.
This is not medical advice. Do not depend on this stream.
I'm not a professional rocket surgeon like the people we had working on the glasses.
Do not go for that. We don't. But yeah, no,
your glasses prescription can change pretty regularly. For a lot of people, it keeps changing pretty much all the way to get real old.
No kidding.
Yep.
I always thought that was just because everybody in my family except for me wears glasses, and so I figured that they all just had like
just get one pair.
You go to the glasses.
You just go to the glasses store and you get a pair of glasses and with you for life. It's like one of those animals that only has one mate for life.
Yeah.
You choose your glasses. Actually, better example. It's like in Harry Potter when they go and they get the wand.
Oh, and then you have your wand forever.
Exactly. Same thing with glasses. There's like a spiritual connection between you and the glasses. Really, the glasses choose the blind person.
But you're telling me it's actually more like hermit crabs, where they just like you pick a glasses for a while and you're like, yeah, this one sucks.
Am I the shell in the situation?
No, your glasses are the shell.
Glasses are the shell.
The
I'm the crab.
glasses are the shell. You are the crab.
Yeon's got glasses.
And then wait, whoa, really? We get to play?
I wonder if they're the same glasses.
I don't know. I actually can't. We were too busy just yapping. I wasn't paying enough attention to what his frame looked like.
Unfortunate.
Well, the important part is...
We've had a constructive conversation. We've learned a lot. I'm sure chat has too.
This was very important. Yeah, I learned a lot about glasses. I learned that apparently you don't just get a pair and they
We're resuming the game, brother. It's time for some League of Legends.
Let's do it. All right. Let's do this.
Lock in, Flowers. Lock in.
Play.
Focus up. Focus up.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now joining us, welcome back to the LTA Finals. Welcome back to game number 2 of Team Liquid versus 100 Thieves. Game number 1 was a real strong showing for TL. 100 Thieves trying to bounce back in this one with the knock wave combo, that bazooka into the back line of TL.
Yes, sir. They're going to be looking for it, and we'll see if they can pull it off. Nocturne becoming very high prio even in solo queue these days. I do think it's quite a strong champion, but it is one of those champions that is so ultimate based. Obviously I talked about that for Neeko, but really like the ideal Nocturne game is farm until you have that ultimate ready. But you can see Yeon and Eyla, these guys have some history over the years. They did proving grounds together. They were able to win there. There's 2025. I love that GIF, by the way. 2025 split finalist. They have been around and together for quite a long time, fighting against each other and with each other a lot over the years. So it's just kind of cool to see this story and now facing off here on such a big stage.
And speaking about the face-off in the bottom lane, always worth noting when we have like those differences in summoner spells, I like to keep track of it, just make a quick note of it in case it makes a huge difference. It is the cleanse for FBI, really respecting just how easy it is for him to die if he gets caught out by CoreJJ in the lane, or even as the game goes on. You already talked about how, yeah, if you get hit by anything, there's so much follow-up CC. But then over on the other side, just the barrier for Yeon to guarantee the extra safety if they try to all in with the Kalista Renata.
This is actually really nice. So River is on the Raptors right now. He's taking those away. So UmTi is basically pushed out because he was going to kill the Raptors before he could kill the red buff. So he would get level 2 and then come and fight him while Eyla was harassing. And they do have this lane swap set up here. It is Sniper down to that bot side. Sniper got no experience. Ouch. So he got none of the experience off the first 2 melees. Didn't take too much damage, so at least it's not like a disaster. If you lose a lot of health and don't get the XP, you are very sad. Meanwhile, Impact is kind of sneaking around the side trying to hover here. Is level 1. Does he have E level to actually stay safe? He does, so he's waiting for the cooldown.
Yep, just gets the extra slice back, jumps over the wall. He even managed to slice through River, so he would have the extra cast of the dice.
They're thinking about diving, though. This is what Bobo talked about, one of the strengths here.
Okay. Impact still just trying to escape. 5 seconds left on the slice. Completely zoned away from that wave. Cannot participate in this whatsoever, as UmTi has made his way into the enemy jungle to farm that red quadrant.
And now we have to look down to the bot side and see what is happening there. What is the reaction from TL? Can they actually push Sniper off? And I'm going to think the answer is no. Sniper is getting harassed. Core tanks up a tower shot or 2 there, but Sniper, even if he doesn't get the farm, he's getting all the experience, where Impact is just completely hopeless.
Yeah.
Impact is looking for anything, man. Anything he can get. Sniper still just on the 1 CS. That's okay, because he is going to be getting towards level 3 here very soon.
It's one more than Impact has.
That's actually an infinite CS lead.
Yeah, it's trouble for Impact up here, and he's going to go ahead, teleport up underneath that top lane tier 1 turret. He did have most of an EXP bar that he got earlier, so it does mean that he only needed that first minion to hit level 2. So as soon as he arrives, now he can start picking up a couple of minions. Both top laners getting the authentic lane swap experience.
I actually think it's a really good TP, but it looks so funny because he like didn't even base, didn't even have anything to buy. He just gets zoned off and then has to TP 4 feet back. And it's the only way he can get back to that tower and soak experience. But if you let them zone you off forever, you're never going to get back. And mid lane, Quid could be in some trouble.
Ooh, nicely done there with APA. Strangle Thorns into the blooming blows. That last pop would have taken Quid out. He has to flash away to guarantee his own life.
Yeah, going to be able to survive for now. But up on the top side, the wave was actually pushing away from Impact. They are thinning it out, so we'll see if... Yeah, it looks like they're not going to try to hold a freeze. They're just going to thin it out, push it back. And even with all of the damage reduction on these towers these days, they still almost took a plate. But TP's going to be coming in. We're going to see if APA can find anything here on River.
APA trying to stop the continued invasion of his own jungler, but right there, APA forced to spend his flash.
Ouch.
You go in point blank with a Nocturne like that. This isn't last game. You're not 10,000 gold up. You're not in a place where you can just make these very audacious moves, and APA gets punished early.
Yeah, I think his thought process was UmTi would come down and we would kind of pincer him, right? And then we'd collapse on him. But UmTi stayed on the camp, so maybe a little bit of miscommunication in that spot. UmTi obviously already down on camp, so maybe feeling, you know what, I actually can't afford to move away from this. River is going to win the smite, but a lot of the little ones are going to go to UmTi, so still getting most of the gold. But at the end of the day, yeah, APA TP's back, loses his flash, loses half his health, has to immediately go back to base, so that sucks.
Well, the one nice part there is at least because APA nearly got that solo kill on Quid, the flash timers are pretty well synced up. It's not like he's just totally down that flash, and now as soon as level 6 hits, it's Orianna flashing in range for the insta.
He lost his glasses, but he already broke the other guy's glasses first.
There are no glasses available in mid lane.
No
Everyone is farming blind, waiting for level 6. It's a no eyesight fight.
Yeah. It's just how all my solo queue teammates play. It's just every single one of them.
Eyes off. Jesus, take the wheel.
They've been practicing that for 10 years.
Clicking on stuff. That's the way you play League of Legends.
That's
right
a real League of Legends right there. Hell yeah, brother.
We're bringing it here. Ready to go. Down here in bottom lane, at least the top laners are now getting to enjoy playing League of Legends themselves again now that they're back in a non-1v2 situation. Sniper with the slight lead, excuse me, in that.
All the top laners complain about it, but you got to know what it is to be poor before you can appreciate being rich. And all the top laners, they know what it is to be down in the dirt.
This is, you really got to appreciate being poor. Okay, CoreJJ is not appreciating the aggro coming out here from FBI. Core with a flash away. So many spears in his back. Does not want to allow FBI the opportunity to rend those out. Even if it doesn't kill him, it would put him down so low on HP. There would be no way to continue playing it. UmTi going to secure the first Void Grub here as he and APA are ready to try to fight back against River, who now no longer has his spell shield, but he's right on top of APA, who tried to get away with a clone. Strangled barbs onto 2 targets, but it's not good enough. 100 Thieves with the first blood, and they might just be able to secure some more. Nicely done as UmTi tries to Arctic Assault back over the wall, but beautiful job from River guaranteeing the kill. It's 3-0 100 Thieves in the early part of the game as Sniper solo kills Impact in bot 2.
Exactly at the same time, he's able to get the solo kill down the bot. Didn't even need his ulti for it. I'm not sure if he got the ulti off of the kill on a level up, but takes him down. That is big. Nocturne 2 kills, Sniper a kill in the side lane, picking up where he left off, and we're going to watch this one more time. Impact was already chunked down very low and kind of just overstayed his welcome and realized, oh god, like I actually can't get out. And Sniper getting that kill is massive. Golden Glue pumped up. You gotta be, because you want to get that momentum back after that game number 1 where TL ran away with it. This time, it is going to be 100 Thieves that are set up for success.
Flashback to 24 hours ago. Remember that when 100 Thieves was playing against FlyQuest yesterday, it was a very similar situation. FlyQuest stomping game number 1, and then 100 Thieves bouncing right back and hitting him in the jaw.
Exactly, and Sniper was massive for the team. He was the biggest difference in expectation versus reality for me during the semifinals. Really stepped up, played a great series, and now in the second game, gets an early kill on the Ambessa. We know what this champion can do from ahead. There's a lot of squishy targets over there. You hit Varus with the public execution, Zyra, Neeko, you get in there, you can really make some magic happen.
And After what Whippo said at the end of the draft, comparing this to yesterday, I'm getting kind of similar vibes to that game too as well. Because yesterday we were saying 100 Thieves, they have to execute. Because if they don't, FlyQuest at that time, Team Liquid now, has the answers. And so far in this early game, game number 2 today, here in the finals, 100 Thieves is executing. We'll see if they can manage to find those combos with the knock wave like you were talking about. Yeah. But right now it's Team Liquid overloading the top side, looking for the wombo combo here on Sniper's Ambessa, but the lights go off and River jumps in to see if he can get something in return instead. He manages to get the fear on Yeon. He won't get a return kill, but honestly, saving Sniper was the whole goal.
Yeah, exactly. That's really big. And even with the lights turned off, Yeon was able to actually hit Sniper with the piercing arrow. Wouldn't have had vision of him. That's all the practice without the glasses right there. It was calibrating.
We're really just going to keep the glasses all the way to the
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I'm done. Oh man,
we're in the glasses realm now. River wants APA on this one, does manage to track down the real deal as APA will not be able to get out of that one there with a root. Nicely done from River, utilizing the spell shield. APA thankfully does have the flash, so the root might not have got it done, but the summoner spell keeps him safe. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Eyla and FBI putting the pressure on Impact, whose Renekton is not doing the greatest so far in this game.
Yeah, definitely having a little bit of trouble. You know, obviously got zoned off, was put down in XP, then gets solo killed. Now going to be sent back to base, but he does have the teleport, so should be okay to be able to go top side and collect all of that wave. Also, really nice just to be able to take off the flash from APA. Obviously, he lost his flash on the initial TP. As soon as it's back, they put the pressure on here with the shockwave. Obviously, it wasn't that full combo because Nocturne didn't use the ulti, but it was the training wheels version, you know? You just have the Nocturne walk up, get that ulti down, force out the flash, and APA without that flash is going to have way less playmaking ability.
All wave, no knock, didn't matter. Still managed to secure the summoner spell as Team Liquid will look to take the first Drake of the game for themselves. They did manage to get 2 out of 3 of the grubs up there on the top side. Still not going to get any credit towards the feet on that one since you have to have the full trio. Sniper now making sure that he backs up as Team Liquid overloads the bottom lane.
Yep, they're going to be looking to put the pressure onto this tower here, farm some plates. They are warded out on that recall, so we'll see what the response is going to be. FBI obviously pushing up on top side. Kalista, not very good wave clear, though. Going to be trying to do this as fast as possible. We'll see how many plates can be taken over on the other side. The grubs now have respawned, and it is going to be River pulling those on spawn. So that's going to be kind of the trade, the delayed trade of grubs for that dragon. But the plates, the race is on for first tower, and TL are very far ahead, and no one is actually coming down to respond. So I feel like they can just fully stay on this tower if they want, and maybe even get it down, or at least very, very low, to being able to grab another feat of strength.
Yeah, those first couple of grubs doing a lot of work here for Team Liquid. Little bit more damage is going to be required. The minion wave is starting to get thinned out, but the next wave is already clashing. That means that Yeon and CoreJJ are set up to secure first turret of the game here for TL. Nicely done for them. Meanwhile, on the other side, like you said, it is that second set of grubs going over to 100 Thieves, so they only need one more. Oh, sorry. Forgot they did not get the first Drake, so they're still going to need a couple more neutral objectives. UmTi could be in a little bit of a sour spot here. Does Arctic Assault back over the wall. 1-1 overall in the tower count, and it's still 100 Thieves with a 1,500 gold lead.
Yep, 100 Thieves looking really good, starting things off here. And we can see already, first time it's going to be coming through. We have the experimental Hexplate rush for River. That has done a lot of additional power to that ulti. And you get the move speed, you get the attack speed, really kind of ramps you up there. These are the two most common, you know, is this and Stridebreaker are the two different kind of like thought processes I generally see people going for these days. But it does feel like experimental Hexplate is getting a little bit more use, even though it is such a niche item. Like, it only really works for a couple champions. I'm seeing it pop up a little bit more here and there.
It reminds me a lot, for people who have been playing for a lot longer of a time in League of Legends, old Hextech Gunblade.
Yeah.
It worked for 3 champions in the entire game. Like, old Akali loved it, Katarina loved it, Kayle loved it. Nobody else cared about the thing practically at all.
Yeah.
But those 3 champions loved it. And Hexplate kind of has that exact same type of vibe. Nocturne being one of the ones who gets so much value there. As bottom lane, 100 Thieves going in, trying to put the last little bit of damage here onto this tier 1 turret. Meanwhile, Team Liquid ready to reinforce. River trying to get away now from UmTi. Nice use of the spell shield there to block the second half of the Sejuani W. Impact's got to be careful. A lot of pressure onto him underneath the tier 1 turret. But UmTi and Core are ready to go. FBI gets caught out by the Sejuani ulti, but but he blocks it on purpose. He has the cleanse. He can immediately deny it, but immediately from behind enemy lines, it's APA ready to go. Pop Blossom finds two, but he's got to be careful. He's stuck on the front line, and Sniper's already killed him. Impact wants to turn it around, but Impact's now in serious danger himself. Sniper wanted to flash forward to find another kill, but he ain't gonna get it. 100 Thieves trying to be careful, fully disengaged, but Sniper's caught out. No escape mechanisms left, and a little bit more damage goes through. Team Liquid 13 minutes in, finally on the board, but it's a 1-for-1 in the fight.
Yeah, solid flank there from APA. Had the deep teleport, and the ulti ends up hitting on 3, I believe, because even River was ulting in, ends up getting caught. Quid in some trouble here, though. UmTi is going to look, and you can't disrespect the Zyra damage too much. Is going to be rushing towards that Leandries. Already has the Zazax.
Zazax. I like it. Yeah, the support items have such wacky names.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you say it, right? Zazax?
Zazax. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It just sounds wacky because you almost never see it. Yeah. The good old, the ZZ Rod spiritual successor.
There you go. We'll see this one more time. The cleanse forced out there on FBI, and then it was just all about how successful is this flank going to be. The lights get turned out, so they can't really coordinate as well. But yep, hits it on Sniper. The damage even going to be landing there on Nocturne as they arrive. Core has a really nice follow-up out of the brush. Wasn't really spotted and was able to get a ton of damage down. And then as Impact is flashing away, Sniper looked for the flash follow, but because he couldn't actually connect on him, he gets tagged by the Chains of Corruption. He gets rooted out of that. That's what I'm talking about with the follow-up, CC. If one thing hits, the rest is going to follow, and you don't really have a way out. A great kill there for TL. 100 Thieves still looking strong in this one, and we'll see where this next Nocturne ult is used. They are heading out towards top, and there is no tier 1. Can he shockwave it?
Yes, he can. Impact is stopped in his tracks as Eyla and Quid will now look for the rest of the health bar. They got River coming up just to guarantee it. Throws out that little bit of a Nocturne Q for the assist to help Quid out, as Quid needs some more damage to deal with the Croc. But he's got it easy enough for 100 Thieves, up 5-1.
Yep, they're looking really, really good. APA trying to play through side lanes. That is such a core component of TL's success when they're playing at their best, is how APA manages side lanes. Plays a lot of champions that can be very successful there. He always wants to put pressure on these towers, and we can see River very successful in his career on Nocturne. 9-3 on the pick. You know, has really been a successful one for him. Obviously, Nocturne is more one of those niche champions that you don't just kind of spam. It's more when the draft fits it, but has been great when the moment called for it.
And I feel like Orianna is such a good buddy for him, too, because of that combo that we talk about.
It's really like you and me.
Yeah, exactly. And like Yeon and glasses.
There you go. It all comes back.
It all
this time it wasn't
returns.
Me though. I will point out.
Well, no, that's why we're the good duo, because I brought it back for you. You said you were done,
you
but
know I wanted to say
I knew you were ready to keep going. I knew that we were able to bring it back again.
Appreciate that.
I got
Appreciate
you, bro.
that.
I got you. And 100 Thieves, they got a 2,000 gold lead right now, 16 minutes into the game. Rift Herald just about to spawn, and it's 100 Thieves controlling the top side river.
Yep, and they have a lot of these big one-item power spikes. Blade of the Rune King, obviously huge for FBI on the Kalista. We have that Seraph's about to be fully stacked for Quid, which is going to feel nice. Obviously, knowing there's so much upfront burst coming through from this TL comp. We obviously have the Eclipse, we have the Hexblade, so they are looking strong, and I do think this is going to be a really tough fight for TL to look towards. In general, their comp is going to function around softening up targets first, then hard engaging. It's going to be pretty reliant, I think, on Yeon and Core, land some poke, chip people down, then you find the ability for APA to flash in, or Impact to find an angle, or UmTi to go, and you try to kill them from there. You don't necessarily want that 100-0 fight, otherwise I do think there's a really high risk of TL's comp using a lot of damage up front, not having quite enough to finish them off, and then all of a sudden, all these champions that have high consistent damage on the 100 Thieves side can really start to run over a fight.
Well, right now, Impact just going to make sure that that wave gets pushed up here in the bottom lane. Team Liquid just farming it out. They've only still got that one turret claimed down in the bottom lane, but 100 Thieves still only has the one they've claimed in the top side, so no super explosiveness from either team just yet here, as Eyla does potentially get caught out there by UmTi, but honestly, despite the fact that Team Liquid committed both the Sejuani ulti and the Zyra ulti to that, pretty easy for Eyla to just walk away, only spending the heal.
Yep, use the self-Mikhails as well, so they are going to be getting that on cooldown. And Mikhail's becoming, you know, more and more popular of a rush item. I talked about how Busio does this a lot. I think it is so powerful, so effective. It's Sejuani, it's a root, it's a flash Renekton stun that is instantly removed and countered by this item. it just has so much power, especially when your opponents are really kind of low on that hard engage and so reliant on a stun to make something happen.
Impact trying to clear out the wave on the tier 2 here in the bottom lane, loses a ton of HP in the process. Herald's finally taken down, but now River jumps in with a knock wave, and they found their way into the back line. They already killed CoreJJ, who has no Stranglethorns to protect himself, but River is hit by the Chains of Corruption. Impact wants a little bit more damage. One last hit might take him down, but no, that's even bigger than it originally looks, because it means there's no reset on the bailout. There's no way to keep River alive on that one. So Team Liquid, despite getting a 2-for-1, still loses out on the trade as 100 Thieves have the tier 2 turret. Now APA with a deep TP like you're talking about, looking for that long cutoff for the 100 Thieves escape route. But Yeon's got to be careful. Eyla, Sniper, and FBI still thinking about having to maybe fight this. Sniper jumps right back in here onto UmTi. FBI right behind him. And there goes Sejuani. APA's finally found the back line here, but FBI pulls his support back over to safety. Team Liquid going after the bottom lane duo of 100 Thieves now. APA not a lot of value there out of the Pop Blossom. Impact still ready. FBI the target. He takes down APA, but he can't bail himself out from that one. It's a bloodbath in bot lane.
It is an absolute bloodbath, but TL the ones that get the bigger advantage, closing that gold lead a fair bit. Really good job by UmTi and Yeon of keeping them interested, of not allowing them to fully escape, but not over chasing and allowing an easy hard engage to turn and kill Yeon. That gave an opportunity for APA to teleport back in, for Impact to heal back up and just run down there. He didn't even use the teleport, and that does close the gap. We'll see, though, if 100 Thieves can be first to this next dragon. It's going to be a critical one. Otacon, of course, coming up pretty soon, but that third dragon will be massive, and we can check it out in the Kia replay here one more time. This is after the initial fight. UmTi's job is just to kind of keep them interested and buy time. Sniper, yes, he flashes forward. He does take him down, but Yeon is still safe. Impact arrives, and in comes APA. This is a great pullback from FBI to keep his support safe, but at the end of the day, he's got nowhere to go, and he knows it. So his only real option is to just try to turn and fight his way out.
And as we jump back into live, we've got another attempt from the Orianna Nocturne going after Impact this time. TL's got a lot of backup coming in to support the Croc as the damage is enough, and they kill off Quid first. Impact still standing, but River finally finishes the job. Sniper wanted to make his way into the fight, but now he's in danger too. Sejuani ulti flies after him, but instead it ends up getting even more. It locks up Eyla as Sniper dives to the damage over time. 100 Thieves overplay their hand looking for the Renekton, and they lose 3-1.
Yeah, they spent so much trying to take down that Renekton, and not everyone was really in place to follow up. I don't think they expected everyone from TL to be on that side of the map, so now it's going to be Otacon, and likely the Dragon as well. What was looking really good for 100 Thieves turns into a disaster, as it's now going to be Soul Point and Otacon for TL. And that is going to be tough to deal with.
Remember in game number 1, when 100 Thieves was so far behind, and they get 3 kills on Team Liquid, but then it's like, oh man, it was 45 seconds off of the Drake, it was 20 seconds off of Otacon, all they end up getting is the kills. Now here in game number 2, it's the other way around, but TL gets Otacon and a Dragon as the prize.
And just watch how quickly TL is actually collapsing. All 4 members instantly were running down here. Well, it wasn't really clear that there was going to be that full fight on the 100 Thieves side. You can see the teleport comes in pretty late from Sniper, and by the time he arrives, it's all TL around him. Literally 4 members there sitting around him. They just CC him up. He gets rooted. He gets stunned. He uses the public execution to try to dash out to safety, but the burn coming through from that plant in that tri-brush is able to hit him with the final auto, burn him down, uses that bailout, can't survive. Eyla goes down as well. That is heartbreak for 100 Thieves after losing game number 1 and being in such a good spot game number 2. TL just coming up massive, and you can look at the team fight damage. You know, FBI just wasn't there, right? And Sniper arrives late and instantly has to run. It's going to be a TL1 fight.
That's a 2968 prescription right there for the sharpshooter on Team Liquid. He is looking good, as now they've got the false life on everybody. The gold lead that we were praising for 100 Thieves that was 2,000 6 minutes ago is now nothing, as Team Liquid has closed the gap. They're on Soul Point, and 100 Thieves are now charged with the responsibility of defending against TL aggro. Sniper was answering Impact down there in the bottom lane, but now he's cheating up towards mid. 100 Thieves is all about that go button with the Nocturne Orianna. Nicely used there. APA taking the clone, using that to face check the brush, making sure nobody has to walk into a bad handshake.
And Yeon is just fed again. This guy just always seems to find a way to get the kills, to get the gold, to be positioned in the right place, right time. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go towards an Edge of Night or something, a little bit defensive to try to deal with this hard combo that's going to be coming for him. And CoreJJ, you can see he's going to be building towards the Seekers, has that armor that is going to be part of that, building eventually towards the Zonias, but he already had, may have a fight.
Okay. I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking, oh, maybe they walk up, maybe they commit Sejuani.
I saw you go to your casting pose, so I stopped talking.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta get ready in case it just turns into something crazy.
He has a specific casting pose.
In case it goes crazy, man. I gotta be ready. It's all about the.
There was no flame there.
The breath flow or whatever. I don't even know the right terminology.
It's about the aerodynamics.
Honestly, it's all vibes. I have no idea about the science behind any of it.
We'll check in with the rocket surgeon about what really makes it work.
We'll have to get the real experts in here. We need to see the right way to do it. And honestly, Team Liquid has been finding the right way to respond to an early game that was really going 100 Thieves' way. 100 Thieves now, they still have a lot of tools in the kit though, right? You're seeing second items online for pretty much everybody. Storm Surge on the Orianna for the extra burst. Spear of Shojin on Ambessa to create just a very, very balanced experience dealing with her in a side lane situation. Then you've also got the Stride Breaker on Nocturne. I liked how you already mentioned that versus Hexplate being like the two sort of roads you can travel on the champion.
Yeah.
But whichever road you don't travel, you kind of just go back and walk down at any second.
Both, exactly. Grab it up. And does have those CDR boots now, so being able to try to reduce that cooldown on the ulti as much as he possibly can. It's now down to just over a minute, 69-second cooldown there. So he's going to be able to let it rip a lot more often, but he's got to be on point with Quid when they go in. You can't overcommit.
UmTi jumping out there with the Arctic Assault, but Impact will be the target as 100 Thieves look to respond. Impact using the Blast Cone to make a little bit of distance for himself. Keep your eyes on APA, who's all the way up there in the top lane. So Team Liquid did not want to get themselves into a bad fight, into a fight that APA wouldn't be able to join until it was already over. As the piercing arrow, just not quite enough distance there to find Quid. 100 Thieves doing a good job minding their spacing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the piercing arrow, they're going to go in.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Immediate jump coming out from the Nocturne. Orianna wombo combo into the back line goes. Rivery takes down Yeon, but it's a 1-for-1 trade, and Sniper makes it a 2-for-1, and CoreJJ is shut down. UmTi now about to fall too. Sniper hits his mark. Impact and APA need to clean him up a little bit here. The Ruthless Predator is that indeed, as Quid drops next. But now, can APA and Impact possibly deal with a Kalista? FBI is ready to keep on jumping towards him. Nice strangle barbs there to lock up FBI and make sure that he can't go any further. Sniper being able to reinforce, like you say, means TL can't look for any more. 100 Thieves win the scrap, 3-2.
Yeah, really good awareness there from TL to not actually stay too far forward, because if they do at all, they will get TP'd on absolutely. Sniper base was looking for it, and that initial punch from the Knockwave are really strong. But even with that, the fight ends up going pretty even overall. And now the big concern is, will you have all your cooldowns for this next fight? Because this is Seoul coming up here for TL in 20 seconds. There's going to be no summoners at all in the bot lane, no flash on Sniper. Yes, there's some missing summoners over on the other side as well. So we'll have to see who can take the most advantage of that, who can find that angle to punish these missing resources.
These damn Ocean Souls, man, they're putting the pressure on 100 Thieves so far in the first couple games of the finals, but we'll see if the Thieves can rally and defend in this one. APA continuing to use that clone for scouting purposes. Send it up the ramp, get an idea where 100 Thieves are at. River hanging out in the brush, trying to contest this, wants to fight UmTi on the smite. Team Liquid does not want to overcommit to the objective. One piercing arrow from Yeon has already hit FBI, but it's not that big of a deal. The Dragon down to about half HP. Team Liquid still looking to potentially secure themselves a massive power spike here with the Ocean Soul. Eyla on the flank, keep your eyes on him. A massive ulti could really be the difference maker here, as Sniper's down to half HP. The Dragon down to below 3,000. Surely the smite fight's going to go all out now, as it's stolen away by 100 Thieves. River making the difference on that one, as UmTi is about to die. The hostile takeover flying into the back line as River takes down UmTi. Sniper's fighting for his life, but he's winning for now. Finally drops. APA taking the kill on that one, as Impact chases after FBI and Quid. Eyla trying to escape now as well. Team Liquid does not have the ability to catch up. Yes, they win 2-for-1 in kills, but critically, the Thieves secure the objective. Quid tries to pop APA. Beautifully done to make that one a 1-for-1 with mid laners, but FBI and Eyla have to try to escape. The bailout onto the Kalista is not enough, and all Thieves will fall.
Nicely done by TL. That is a massive fight for them over by the Dragon. Core got so much work done early on in this fight. Multiple roots hit onto Sniper. So Sniper starts the fight at about 30-40% health. This is really tough. You can see Impact flashing in on FBI, putting the pressure in on him immediately, knowing he was missing those summoners. Then Eyla comes in with the hostile takeover, but it doesn't really get much of anything done. And as Sniper comes in on the flank, he was softened up so much earlier by Core that he just gets turned on by TL, knocked down immediately. Eyla, Quid, as well as FBI are kiting out, and I feel like they kind of baited themselves back in with this potential re-engage. Yes, Quid is able to find the trade kill on APA, but FBI and Eyla stay here, and from this spot have such a small chance of being able to win out in this fight. Even if you dodge out on the skill shots, they're so low on health that I think they kind of overstayed their welcome in this spot, and they get punished for it so much.
I see what they wanted to go for. I see that they're thinking, what if we have this Kalista magic moment with a bailout that can really just catch them off guard? But unfortunately, exactly like you say, the deck was just too far stacked against them. Now Team Liquid again with just a slight gold lead though. It's not like the gold has been meaningful either way for about the past, what, 10 minutes? But now River's ready to go with an Aquawave. Yeon bought an arm guard to make sure he can't get caught by the wombo. Now APA with a counterattack here on the enemy jungler. The hostile takeover isn't going to do a whole lot. It just creates space for River to try to run. Team Liquid still looking for a little bit more as FBI needs to escape, but the Stranglethorns have them. The follow-up from Team Liquid is beautiful. Yeon understands the assignment. He buys the item that fully counters the mid-jungle combo of 100 Thieves, and it pays off huge for Team Liquid.
It does. I mean, all three of the targets now have an answer to it. There's a Seekers ready on APA. Seekers was there on Yeon, and there's a Zhonya's on CoreJJ. There's just no one to use the combo on any longer, and it feels like TL now massively in control. They are crushing it in these fights. That one punch that you're going for with this combo is just not getting anything done, and TL getting further and further ahead. They have the Baron now, and it's going to be a full core press to try to knock down some of these tier 2 towers and extend the gold lead as we can watch this one more time. They knocked off the Edge of Night. I don't know that they realized that this was actually there, that they had it, because they commit the full combo to it, and on the exit, APA has that rocket belt, moves forward, catches River and Sniper. Sniper gets tagged up by the Chains of Corruption. It's all about the follow-up CC. Great handshake from Eyla to try to disengage on FBI, but everyone else is still there. Core comes over the wall, flashes in, Impact is there. There's just no way out for FBI.
And I feel like so many times watching League of Legends, even in pro play, it just feels like, oh yeah, I'm lethality Varus. I need to make sure that I'm constantly spiking with as much lethality and AD as possible. I can't buy a Seekers. It's an item that doesn't contribute to the core build at all. But man, it perfectly counters what they're doing here. I love the fact that Yeon is saying, no, this is what we need to do. I'm fed enough. I have the extra gold to be able to make this luxury purchase. And it ends up just completely breaking the game open for TL, who are now 4,000 gold ahead.
And these two teams just love to fight. The last time they actually met, it was the bloodiest best of 3 in North American history. 138 kills. They are just going at each other time and time again. 31 kills so far in this one, not even 31 minutes in, so definitely has been pretty action-packed, but it is now 100 Thieves that need to find some sort of a miracle because you're so far down, and your combo just feels so easily answered by the item purchases. Yeon for now, though, doesn't have his Zhonya's completed. That's going to be a while, but APA has the Seekers ready. Core has his full Zhonya's, and that's going to make it tough. They're going for the deep TP here from Sniper. Let's see if they can find an angle.
All right, here comes the send. 100 Thieves ready for it. They want to try to find Yeon, but he's doing a good job staying in the shadows. Now they finally found him. River wanted to go in, but he doesn't hit the right target. Hostile takeover over the top. They're doing a lot of damage, but it's only the CoreJJ. Ayla's already down. Quid is burning, and APA's guaranteeing another kill on that one. Rampage for the mid laner on TL. A 2-for-1 trade for their side so far as Sniper flashes over the wall into the chicken pit, but it's not looking good. Yeon's on a rampage, and Team Liquid just got another 3-for-1.
Yeah, they're going to be pushing already. Impact already has that bot lane shoved up. The inhibitor is open there. The mid lane inhibitor about to be open as well. TL looking to put themselves here to match point soon.
Only a Kalista and a Nocturne to try to defend against a Baron up 4-man push from Team Liquid, but with Eyla coming back up in 3 seconds, TL is saying that discretion's the better part of valor. The dragon is up. They can claim the Ocean Soul and potentially make the next push, the game ender, in a safer way.
Exactly. They're just going to try to play disciplined. They have a lot of gold in pocket. Yeon is sitting on 3,000 gold right now, nearly 2,000 in mid lane, 1,600 gold for Impact as well. So they say, you know what? Yeah, we have a big gold lead. Actually, that entire gold lead is not spent right now. They know that they would have 100 Thieves respawning, so why risk it? Go get Seoul. That's going to be another, say, 4,000 gold worth of combat stats. Go back to base, spend the 6K or so that's sitting in your bags right now, and then march down and finish it off. Because Yeon should have his full Zonias, I would think, after that fight. We can watch it one more time. I just don't think he had vision of the targets, because he pops the ulti, but they can't see the targets that he wants. Yeah, so there's great toggle from the observers. As soon as he gets sight of someone, he just has to let it go, because the ulti is going to expire. So he goes in onto CoreJJ. They do finish him off, but he had the Zonias to buy time, and you can see Sniper over the wall was looking for the public execution, but that was thrown towards Core as well. Yeon had repositioned his away from him, so he couldn't actually find him. That gets wasted. They chase down Sniper. They kill him off. They get Seoul, and they are now so far ahead. Yeon didn't quite have the gold. Still, he's going to buy something else, actually. Goes for Cyrildas, I believe.
Yeah, wanted to go for just the big damage power spike.
That's a good buy, too. Just buy an entire item.
Yeah, that thing's going to add a lot of extra pain to his arsenal. And you know what? Yeon's scoreline of 8-1-9. That is 17 out of 20 kill participation. 85% KP on him. Looks really good, unless you compare it to CoreJJ, who's at 90% KP on the Zyra. The Team Liquid bottom lane duo really showing up, playing a massive role in turning this game around when 100 Thieves was in the driver's seat for almost the first 20 minutes. Now they found Yeon again. River into the back line, looking for the carry on Team Liquid, but he doesn't have the damage here just yet. TL scrambling to keep Yeon alive. A little bit more pressure from Sniper might be enough, but he can't quite get there. Meanwhile, Impact and Core with APA fighting in the enemy base. CoreJJ is going to be the first one to be killed. Impact needs a little bit more damage, and FBI is down. UmTi's looking to run down Sniper as Eyla and Quid have to try to get out. The piercing arrow connects onto Quid, but it isn't enough. Sniper ready to try to get back over the wall here. Does not want to continue dealing with UmTi, who hits him with the white flag, and 100 Thieves have lost 2. APA, Yeon, and Impact still in the enemy base. Quid, Eyla, and River need to try to defend this. APA is not going to hit anybody here with his root. The first Nexus turret about to fall, but still not dead. It looks like Eyla has gone too far. He wanted the handshake to try to save the game, but it ain't gonna happen. Team Liquid is ready to go. UmTi is apologizing for his emote use in the alt chat, but Team Liquid sure ain't sorry for the way they turned this game around. 100 Thieves has no way to continue defending, surely, as River jumps into the back yet again, but the paranoia does nothing. TL coming back in a 35-minute game to take us to match point.
It's been all TL, back-to-back games, really showcasing their strength. Some great early moments from 100 Thieves put them in a position where you thought, hey, maybe they can get it done in this game. Maybe they can get it over the finish lines. But the answers were there from TL. I think the Zyra pick was actually brilliant. The itemization made it so hard for them to ever find a combo.
Nicely done in the early game from 100 Thieves, but Team Liquid showing again they got what it takes to bring it back. And now we're going to break down this week's Paul Goda moment featuring TL's comeback fight.
And here it is one more time. TL looking for this fight. This was earlier on in the game. This was that chase down where we had this trade kill. Quid looking for an opportunity to try to turn around a fight. Eyla and FBI, you talked about it, Flowers. They're trying to find that incredible moment, with a bailout where you maybe make some magic happen. But TL playing it very patiently, sidestepping the initial shots. Everything lands from them. Piercing arrow, root. In comes Impact, they get the kills, and they secure the lead. They're able to use that to push the momentum, secure the game. And you can see this was the reaction to that play from the coaches. Yeah. That was not the game-winning play. That is how important they knew it was.
Huge stuff coming out from them in the mid-game, and now we're heading back over to the LTA Lounge to break it all down.
Yeah, it's a party over here. 2-0 Team Liquid. What a game. That's the game that delivered. That was an exciting game, Raz.
That was insane. And by the way, don't mess up your analysis. Darius is right behind you.
Get it right. Get it right. I mean, this game was a lot about Yeon and CoreJJ stopping the dive of the Nocturne Orianna, because at the start of the game, 100 Thieves did have the lead.
Yeah, no, the game looked like an amazing spot for 100 Thieves, but this engage here, it just looked like they started overcommitting, and then TL just kind of ran away with the game. Like, it was like 2 bad fights, and then TL was in full control after that.
Yeah, there were those multiple fights that preceded this too, with the really deep TP wards that they did not see APA coming in on the flank. And before this,
yeah, nothing special.
There he is. And that was like a big difference maker, right? Because that happened in bot lane several times where they would overextend, not have their flanks warded, and this is exactly how TL got back in the game.
Small thing about this as well, this is the second time Team Liquid let Kalista through, something everybody else in the LTA has been banning, and were able to beat it. They didn't let it get ahead through good lane swapping, and then they've just been really present about stopping it from succeeding in team fights.
It was looking great for FBI early, like all the leads that they got, the 2 kills that happened around Grubs and all that, but the team fighting looked so good from Team Liquid, and a lot of it was just answering the Orianna Nocturne ultis. Like, that was a big part of that composition.
And this is one of the fights Liquid was talking about where 100 Thieves overcommitted, probably on the wrong target, going on the Renekton early, made it really easy for Yeon and CoreJJ to get work done, and then the stopwatch that Yeon built in the mid game to get them the Baron right here, Licorice.
Yeah, I mean, Yeon played a really amazing game, him and CoreJJ, and like he brought back the stopwatch here too. And I think this was kind of like the fight that was like 100 Thieves was out of the game after this. Like, I didn't think they had any way to come back.
And I also want to shout out APA. We've seen him do super well on this Neeko pick before. Whether he is coming in on the flank and being the primary engage with the Neeko ult, or there where he's holding it and waiting for kind of the front of the fight to happen before going in. It's another like key usage of the champion's ult that I think is really cool.
Yeah, around the base gate where he was able to just like have a huge Neeko ultimate, all the control that Team Liquid got, the Otacon that they picked up, they just ran straight through the enemy red side jungle, placed down the controller. It was really difficult for 100 Thieves to be able to get anything off that. Going back to the stopwatch, I was like, I know you guys were talking about whether they were going to get Zonias or something. Because that was their composition, and the moment they couldn't get any damage off on the back line, it felt really difficult for 100.
Yeah, and I'm wondering where 100 goes from here, because we were joking in the back about as soon as Spawn arrives, they throw UmTi back onto Maokai Sejuani, where they just dominated all of summer, and we couldn't figure out why they weren't playing it in 2025. But now those two are gone. Ziggs is gone, the Neeko's gone, so they're gonna, Team Liquid probably has a couple more games with still comfort champions, then it might get interesting if it goes into game 4 or 5.
The draft is going to be interesting. Like, the fact that Skarner was also taken away from Fearless, this is where, like, even though we're going into game 3, and I hope that we push into 4 and 5, like, getting to see more of the champion pool, and if Team Liquid can like stay firm around their team fighting, that is what I'm going to be interested in. But 100 Thieves has to fight back. Like, they have to.
They really do. We also have a really popular co-streamer, Baiano, joining us, I believe, from Brazil, from Sao Paulo.
Ooh, where's he showing up?
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, guys.
Hey, how do you feel like the rest of the series is going to go, or what have you seen so far that stood out?
Oh, I'm not sure about 100 Thieves. Maybe they're mental boom now. But let's see.
Question that I have for you is just like, is basically going into this one, what do you think 100 Thieves needs to do to bring this one back in?
I think they need Sniper playing better, maybe FBI. This game playing Kalista was not that good, so I'm not sure, man. Probably 3-0, 3-0 here.
Confidence, I'm hearing confidence.
How does that go with what you thought was going to happen before the series? What's been different than you've expected so far?
I think now it's too easy for Liquid. Maybe here in Brazil about the scrims, a lot of people and pro players were talking like Liquid was not too good on scrims, but maybe they can be the champion now, so I'm not sure what's going on. But, oh my God, look these guys here. Oh my God. So, yeah, I'm not sure about 100 Thieves. Like, maybe try to pick something better on bot lane or something like that. Not sure.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Oh, Emily?
In watching like all of the split, was this the expected result you thought, or who did you think was going to take the split? Because you co-stream LTA North really frequently.
Yeah, for me, FlyQuest was the best team. I was talking to people right now, like, people, what happened, man? Like, FlyQuest looked like so way ahead on the other teams, but I don't know, they just played bad yesterday. And now, like I said, Liquid was playing really bad, they scrims here in Brazil. So and now they can be the champions. So, yeah, it's really different.
Yeah, Baiano, Kangas actually has one more question for you before we let you go.
Yeah, Baiano, the crowd's been amazing in Brazil. We have a crowd live here, and I wanted to ask, can you teach our crowd something? Yeah, crowd, make some noise, by the way. This is what we got.
Oh, there's a lot of people there. Oh, my God, man.
Now, Baiano, we've been hearing the Brazilian crowd make a lot of noise, and we wanted the opportunity to make some noise. Can you teach our crowd some of your chants? I've heard a lot of fun ones. There's a lot of clapping going on. Do you have anything ready for us? Oh, I don't know if you can hear us. All right.
He's asking if you can teach if you can teach our fans any chants that you'd have ready.
I don't have nothing ready. Do you know?
I don't know ready if they have something ready.
I think the difference is that atmosphere, you know, so people here screaming a lot. Like 90% of the people is cheering for Liquid today, so...
I think you can ask Weipo.
Okay.
You know what? Here's what I'll say. Let's show them back in Brazil one of our traditions, because you know that we have the bucket, right? Does anybody want the bucket? Is it time? I think it's time. Let's see, who's going to make the most noise? Bucket! Bucket! Let's show those Brazilians how we're doing it!
Let's have the break.
Let's go back up to the lounge on stage.
We can't follow that up. Game 3 after this to see if Team Liquid can close out the series.
Red Bull gives you wings.
AT&T has a new guarantee because most things in life are not guaranteed. Like common courtesy. Really, Brenda?
I know you can see.
When they say,
I'm on my way.
no way. Pretty blue, though. Or a fun night at the movies. Yeah, that's not guaranteed.
Yo, hold on. Let me put you on speakerphone.
You know what AT&T guarantees? Connectivity you depend on. The
was built to move. Not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you. Gamers, hybrid workers, artists. Backing your every move.
Oh.
Huh, nature sure is full of wonders. Red Bull gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Zero is here. 100% wings with monk fruit extract.